There's all these great, beloved movies, but
Yes.
there's some that when you describe them in like bare bones terms, it's like crazy that they got through the filter.
Yeah.
Like someone had to go into a studio and go, all right, I want John McClane in space fighting monsters, and there's a giant fiery asteroid, and there's a super race of aliens that did a series of clues, and there's a perfect being, and then to save the universe, love, you guys. You have to find out that love is important.
Right.
That's true.
Right?
That's
I mean,
the
it's
lesson.
the fifth element is
The fifth
love.
element.
That's so terrible that like they've got all these guns, they've got all these cool spaceships, and it's the future, and it could be anything they want. And they're like, well, you know what really saved the day? It was inside you the whole time. It was love.
Technology-wise, were they just supposed to kiss? What do they like? Love
Well,
is
no, what happened is she wasn't going to save the human race until she learned what love was. She needed what is worth saving?
what is love?
Yeah.
But love turns out to be having sex in a plastic tube while
Yeah,
military people watch.
It's like Indiana Jones finding a treasure, and then it turns out the treasure was like the memories that he made with his
Right.
friends while he was searching for
What
it.
about a movie where a woman like gets knocked up by this asshole and falls in love with a taxi driver played by John Travolta, and then has a baby who can talk, voiced by
Michael?
Bruce Willis?
Phenomenon? What movie is this?
Phenomenon.
Look who's talking.
There's a scene in that movie where the baby runs away from its parents, gets in a car, and like tries to drive the
Right.
car around, and they didn't lead with that. They're like, this is a movie about a baby that can talk, even though the baby's not actually talking or interacting with anyone other than babies, and ignoring the fact that the baby can also drive a car,
Right.
which is actually exciting. It's a non-baby thing to do.
Just to clarify, it doesn't have to be Bruce Willis.
Some connection we made because Bruce Willis was the baby in Look Who's Talking 1. Look Who's Talking Now had dogs that talked. Bruce Willis did the voice for Spike in the Rugrats Wild
way.
Thornberrys crossover cartoon movie.
I don't.
Something. There's dogs and there's voices and there's babies and there's Bruce Willis. It's everywhere.
So if you want to have a really ridiculous sounding movie pitch, you have to include Bruce Willis in some
I
capacity.
think so.
The more I think about Fifth Element, though, I love that as a buddy cop movie, that they've partnered your John McClane, like your perfect average right guy in the wrong place at the wrong time, with the chosen one. They've never done that before. They've never done like here's the best and here's the average, and and like the way to solve crimes together is they have sex with each other in front of the president.
Come on,
Okay,
guys.
well, that sounds like a real movie
Right?
pitch. Should we go? We should like grab coffee and hash that out.
Sure. I don't.
That's an amazing pitch.
But it has already been done.
You don't need to be involved in the project,
doesn't
so you're
sound
on
like-
thin ice.
We did it, guys. I got published. Soren Erotica. Right there on your bookshelf at your local grocery store and airport. Obsession Untamed. Look for it. That's me. Photoshopped the body to make me look a little less strong. Couldn't fit the entire thing on the cover.